Hey Nuggets! So today I have a story to share with you. It's called The Relatives Came, and it's one of my favorite books because it really shows how I feel about all of my family and friends. And I know we're missing lots of our family and our friends right now, so I want you to think about how happy and excited you'll be when you get to see them again. This is my favorite relative. This is my mom.
Hi, Nuggets.
And my mom is going to read this story, and we're going to call it Nana Storytime.
I'm Nana, and it's for reals. I'm really a Nana, and I'm really Miss Dietz's mom.
Yeah.
And I've got my apron on. She said that would be good for me to wear my apron because I look like a Nana.
Yep.
Anyway, this is a cute book. I remember this book. And it reminds me way back when I was a little girl, we had a station wagon, and we would go on family trips. And see all the luggage up at the top? We did that one time, and then our luggage came off, and my dad had to go with my brothers and race on the road to pick up all of our stuff off the road. Anyway, the relatives came. This is a cute book. You're going to love it. Okay. Can you see that? All right. It was in the summer of the year when the relatives came. They came up from Virginia. They left when their grapes were nearly purple enough to pick, but not quite. They had an old station wagon. That's what they called these cars. They weren't minivans or SUVs. It was a station wagon. And it smelled like a real car. And they put an ice chest full of soda pop and some boxes of crackers and some bologna sandwiches. And up they came from Virginia. They left at 4 in the morning when it was still dark, before even the birds were awake. Look, I don't think they were awake. They ran into that mailbox. Somebody's got to wake up the driver. They drove all day long and into the night, and while they traveled along, they looked at strange houses and different mountains, and they thought about their almost purple grapes back home. They thought about Virginia, but they thought about us too, waiting for them. Look at this, over the hills and around. So they drank up all their pop and ate up all their crackers and traveled up all those miles until finally they pulled into our yard. Look, I don't think he ever woke up. He's still asleep driving through the fence. They're so excited. Then it was hugging time. Talk about hugging. Woo! Those relatives just passed us all around their car, pulling us against their wrinkled Virginia clothes and crying sometimes, and they hugged us for hours. Hugging for hours. That's the best. Then it was into the house and so much laughing. Look how cute. And shining faces and hugging in the doorways. You'd have to go through at least 4 different hugs to get from the kitchen to the front room. Those relatives, seriously, look how much love and fun and laughter and hugging's going on. Oh, let's check this guy out. And finally, after a big supper, see, the Nana has her apron on too. 2 or 3 times around until we all got a turn at the table. There was quiet talk, and we were in 2s and 3s through the house. So everybody kind of paired up. See the Nana with the apron on? That means something good is getting cooked up. Okay. The relatives weren't particular about beds, which was good since there weren't any extras. So a few squeezed in with us, and the rest slept on the floor, some with their arms thrown over the closest person, or some with an arm across one person and a leg across another. What a sight. It was different, going to sleep with all that new breathing in the house. A lot of snoring, I'm thinking. Somebody still has to wake up the driver. Okay, look at what's happening in here. Check out. Let's just look at her pants. Loving it. The relatives stayed for weeks and weeks, and they helped us tend to the garden, and they fixed any broken things that they could find. Everybody's doing their part. Even this Nana's fixing the wheel on the truck. Poor Papa. Look at that. They ate up all of our strawberries and melons, and they promised we could eat up all their grapes and peaches when we came to Virginia. And they're singing. Ooh, doesn't that watermelon look yummy right now? Wish it was summer. But none of us thought about Virginia much. We were so busy hugging and eating and breathing together. Look, they just love each other. Finally, after a long time, the relatives loaded up their ice chest and headed back to Virginia at 4 in the morning again. We stood there in our pajamas and waved to them off in the dark. We watched the relatives disappear down the road. Then we crawled back into our beds and felt too big and too quiet, and we fell asleep. And this is where Nana starts to cry because I don't like that when they have to go. I miss it. I miss them already. And the relatives drove on all day long and into the night. And while they traveled along, they looked at the strange houses and different mountains, and they thought about their dark purple grapes waiting at home in Virginia. But they thought about us too, missing them, and they missed us. And when they were finally home in Virginia, they crawled into their silent, soft beds and dreamed about the next summer. All the way down the roads, back in, cozied down. And there was purple grapes. The end.
So the people you get to be with right now, make sure you give them lots of hugs and you play with them and spend time with them, but you'll get to see your family and friends soon.
Maybe I can come see you guys too, you little nuggets. Have a good day.